Welcome back to a very special Box Office Maniacs.
Let's go!
Well, for anyone who's watched our show, you probably realize how big of a fan we are of The Evil Dead. I mean, we reviewed The Evil Dead 1 and The Evil Dead 2 and the remake of The Evil Dead, and we are also going to be reviewing Army of Darkness, all 4 movies that came out with that one soon. But now we are actually on yet another Evil Dead.
And this would be the brand new TV series, Ash versus the Evil Dead.
So when I first saw the commercial of this, I wasn't very excited about it, to tell you the truth. I mean, it was interesting to me to have Ash on television every week, but Army of Darkness was not my favorite of the 3 Evil Dead films because it got really slapstick goofy. They kind of took away the horror element and just made it more into a slapstick comedy. So from watching the commercials of this, I thought that's where they were going with this show, was more Army of Darkness.
When I saw the trailer of this, I thought nothing of that. I looked at it and went, this is going to be Evil Dead.
Everything they showed on the commercial, though, was goofy. I mean, it was all slapstick goofiness.
And I loved it.
Yeah, it was just like Army of Darkness, is what I'm saying. It was more Three Stooges slapstick comedy, is what the commercial made it out to be.
No, not really. They showed Ash as Ash from Evil Dead 2. It's now. What is Ash doing now? That's where we are.
Yeah, I realize that, but like I said, I thought it was going to be more slapstick goofiness. So I wasn't looking forward to watching the show that much, even though I'm a massive Evil Dead fan. I figured they were going to do something and screw this up somehow.
No, I didn't think that at all. I didn't think that, not one bit. And if anything, if I ever thought at any point they were going to screw up Evil Dead, it was with the remake. And that proved me wrong. So, I mean, that's the only part I've ever thought of with Evil Dead that they might screw it up. I had no doubts when I saw this trailer. It had everyone involved in it. I mean, it had Sam Ramii back to direct it and to write it. It had Robert Tabbert back to produce and co-write it. And you had Bruce Campbell, who even on the remake said, we're going to give you everything that you would ever want to see out of an Evil Dead film. And he said the same thing about this. And this is basically Evil Dead 4. This is what everybody's been wanting to see, is a new Evil Dead, and now you're getting it.
Well, all right. So I started watching the show, and it was great that it came on Halloween. I mean, that was just a treat. I had so much fun watching this on Halloween night. That was just by itself a lot of fun. And just from the first 10 minutes of the show, I knew that they nailed it. I mean, this is The Evil Dead, and I'm so glad that they sort of went back to the first and second movie. And there is some goofiness in this, but it's good goofiness, and it's actually really funny. I was laughing out loud, and I was enjoying myself immensely. And through the first 10 minutes of this, it was so good.
Yeah, so was I. I was blown away. If it wasn't for the fact that Bruce Campbell is obviously older, you would never know that 30 years had passed. I mean, the effects are absolutely fantastic. I mean, they're just like Evil Dead 2 effects. They're just like, and they're practical effects. Sam Ramii went back and did practical effects again.
The Evil Dead demons, or the undead, they all have a certain look to them. And he brought that look back in the show. So when you're watching these monsters, these demons, they are from Evil Dead. And I just love that. I thought that was just so awesome that they didn't go with some elaborate, different sort of, Walking Dead zombie makeup. I mean, the makeup is Evil Dead makeup.
I love the part where the girl turned around like her whole head turned around and her arms. I was like, wow. Now that is Evil Dead.
Exactly. That was so cool. And I was just sitting there telling my wife, I was like, oh my God, that's so awesome. That is so awesome. And what's great about this show is not only does it have fantastic action and it's funny and it's really bloody, but it was actually creepy in the beginning of this episode too. It was in that scene you're talking about. That was, and when her partner turns into one of the zombies, it was really creepy.
Yeah, and when she's looking around the room with her flashlight, and I kept expecting something to just suddenly be there, and it wouldn't. And then when it was there, when it was finally there, it was like, whoa.
That was just so well done.
30 years for Star Wars and now 30 years for Evil Dead. We've been waiting for stuff like this. And Sam Ramii, Bruce Campbell, Robert Tabbert, they nailed it. Nailed it.
So something really interesting about this, Vince, is the fact that we've seen Ash in 3 movies, but we don't really know who he is because they never really establish his character in the movies. He's always in a cabin, or he's, Army of Darkness, where he was in the medieval lands, but you don't really know any background to his character. You don't know who he is.
Yeah, they establish a little bit, but they don't tell you everything, and that's hopefully what you'll see out of the show. And I love the fact that they brought back the car.
Oh yeah, you got to have the classic in there.
Oh, it's fantastic. I loved this episode, and I can't wait to see the rest. I would give Ash versus the Evil Dead.
So Ash versus Evil Dead gets the.
No. Nailed it.